I don't know. I've never done this before. I still got 7 seconds. Oh my God. Okay. Can't move this thing here. Okay. Still got 24. Am I 26 seconds in? All right. If you join me right now, I'm doing this live stream and I'm looking for people to be here. I invited quite a few people. I don't know how I go about bringing them in, but I know they've been invited, and I don't know why that heading is all wrong. But don't see none of the people I invited. So what's up with that? Okay. Hmm. Let's see. All right. Anyways, a couple of subjects I just wanted to check on. One of them is one of them is what do you think Biden's going to do if he doesn't get elected? Before he leaves office, he's going to instate reparations for all the blacks in the United States. That seems to be the the idea of mainstream people inside politics. I'm not exactly sure why they feel like that. I think it might have something to do with the fact that a lot of states in California already have reparations, and we're looking for it to be a United States wide thing. And when you consider the fact that in the United States we've already, okay, I'll try. I see you. I'll try to speak louder. When you consider the fact that we've already paid for the internment camps for the Japanese, as a matter of fact, after slavery there was compensation, but not for the slaves. It was compensation for their slave owners. And we never got our 40 acres and a mule. So I'm wondering, in retrospect, is it too late to get that money? Do we deserve that money? And I think the answer is yes. It's an interesting topic. Yes, I agree with you, Vicky. It's very interesting, and I believe that it will be brought up time and time again until we gain what we are looking for. And that is the same thing that any other person would want in those circumstances if they had been tortured, if they had been burned, if they had been in prison and forced to work in labor camps and treated like animals, like the Jewish people, you know, that got a fair representation from Germany and other people that participated in their internment and in the suffering that they went through in the prison camps. They've been highly compensated, and if anyone mentions slavery, unlike my brother Gilbert Wainwright says, they don't want to hear it. Now, I believe that's going to change, and I believe that that change is going to come hopefully before I die. Um, I've been on this earth 64 years, and we only promised 3 score and 7, so it may not be far from now. But I believe within the next term or two, whoever might end up being in office should think fairly about how America wants to be represented, not just in the United States, but in a global aspect. fairness. I believe we deserve reparations for black people. Um, my family's been in this country, scattered all over. As a matter of fact, part of the reason why I'm doing this live stream is to try to reach out to some of the brothers named Wainwright, find out what's going on with them. You know, how are their families? How are they getting along? What are their dreams? What are their aspirations? And what do they want for themselves and their futures and their future families and future members to come? Should we hang our heads low and keep up with the pace and try to be good citizens, accept whatever comes? Or should we stand up, stand tall, let them know we count and say, hey, you know, it's time to pay up. Live up to the American creed of justice for all and give us all reparations. We deserve it. You know, the Indians got it, Japanese got it, the Jewish got it, and now I think it's time for the black man to get it as well. So, that being said, I would love to hear your feedback on that. And in the interim, I would like to reach out to all my brother Wainwrights, wherever you may be, across this vast internet. If you can step forward and be heard, leave a comment, maybe come back to my page if you can't make it today, because I know a lot of y'all probably working, trying to make up that money and be ready for Christmas, buying all them gifts and whatnot, family and friends, all looking for those beautiful toys and instruments and jewelry and beautiful clothes and cars and everything else they can get their hands on, you know, so they can feel love. But I want you to know you love today. I love you, and I'm thinking of you, and I wish you were here. And I'm afraid that this is not what I had intended. I believe that I had reached out to quite a few people, and it was my hope that I would get more people than my wife. My wife showed up. Thank God. I wouldn't have anybody here. But I'm gonna reach out again one more time and just see if I can find some folks that want to drop in on us and say hello. Let me see. I'm gonna go over here to my messenger, tap in one time. James Hubble, Kashara, I see you. Why don't you come through? I don't know. She might not want to come. I already invited her. Alice King, she don't want to come. I'm not going to invite her again. She don't want to come. It's all good. Reggie Justin, you right next door. You could come. Delphine, Allen, Martin Wainwright. I'm going to send you guys an invite and see if you want to drop in. Now, back to what I was saying about this reparations. Long overdue. I think most of you know about the story of how Abraham Lincoln had signed the okay for us to receive that reparations. And then he was subsequently assassinated by so many good men before him, after him, I'm sorry, in history. And there seems to be a precedent for anyone involved in trying to better the lives of all people, where they unfortunately get the short end of the stick, ousted, and sometimes even assassinated. uh, we don't always expect that kind of treatment for people who are trying to do the right thing for everyone, but unfortunately that's the way it turns out. And there's not a whole lot we can do unless we all get together and try to make a difference always heard there's unity and strength, and one man can't do too much. He's like a single finger on a hand, but if you take every finger on that hand and you fold it over, and you can make a difference. You can keep up the good fight, and that's what we should do as individuals, and as a family, and as a union. I've been a union member all my life. Proud supporter of Local 2, and happy to walk the picket line for just about anybody. I've been out there for the nurses, I've been out there for the teamsters, you know. I'm always out there for anybody that needs me. They call on me, I'm there. Don't get around as much as I used to, but I always knew people united can never be defeated. I've lived by that, and I believe we're all part of one big happy family. We all have our struggles, we all have our difficulties, we all have our setbacks, and life has always been a struggle, especially for those in the blue collar segment. You know, it's always been a struggle, and but the struggle continues, and life must go on. And those who are fortunate enough to move on and ascend to the suburbs and the high-priced mansions, it seems to forget a lot of times where they came from, or they don't bother to reach back and try to grab the person that's stuck in a situation they can't get out of. And so we have to try to remind those folks every now and then. We have to yell out, hey, we still here and we still matter. And some gonna do it with a calm voice like you know, peaceful poets back in the day, and some gonna shout it to the rooftops. But the main thing is just to keep moving, I think. Just keep moving and keep struggling, keep trying. I'm not gonna keep y'all because I can see that it's not gonna be a big turnout for this thing. But I will say this won't be my last effort. I wanted to bring some attention to my Snapchat account, uh, not Snapchat, Instagram account. My Instagram name is Ledned. That's LELEDNELL. You can reach me there, and you can reach me at TikTok, Lednew0 over there, and I'll try to post all my links so you can reach out to me. And unfortunately, if you didn't get a chance to come and participate in this live chat, then maybe next time, you get an opportunity to, and you might be able to make some headway, touch some bases. I had a young woman named Kelly. I forget what her last name was. Kelly something. What was her last name? She was supposed to come through. Just pardon me for a minute. I want to see if I can bring her. This woman had some plans to help people get into investing in stocks, EFTs, and things of that nature. I don't know a whole lot about it, but she was supposed to help me moderate. Now I don't know how to reach out to her and find her because I was gonna have her try to put the live chat up. Okay, here we go. I think I got it. I'm not sure. Right. Well, if you can hear me in live, give me a chat signal. Let me see. I'm not speaking loud enough. Vicky, you want to be my moderator? Vicky is now managing moderator. Okay. Can you hear me now? I'm trying. I'm trying. She said I'm not talking loud enough. Let's see. Maybe I need to turn my volume up. Hold on. It's up as high as it can go. Let me see. Um, I don't know. I see you said WC speak louder. I'm trying. Do you do you do you hear me? Okay. Now I got the show chat. Okay. Do you hear me? If you can hear me, if you can hear me, respond to that chat. Can you hear me? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Can you hear me? Okay. I'm gonna try to reach out. Can let me see. Let me see if I can get somebody to come through here. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. Say something. All right. Well, I don't know if it's going through or not, to tell you the truth, but oops, that's not good. Oh, here we go. All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? On the chat, I'm talking about. Well, why didn't you say something? I can't get it no louder. You laughing, but it's not easy. I'm doing the best I can. It's just me and you on here right now. Yeah, well, okay. Well, can you hear me in the chat? Is my words coming out in the chat? Well, it's not gonna get no louder, I don't think. Well, it's just a notepad. It's not. It's not a real laptop. I'm surprised nobody else showed up. Let me see. Let me see if I can find. I'm gonna bring some hookers in here in a minute. Some hookers. Yeah, I need some. I need somebody to get in here and I don't know none. Do you know? Do you know any good-looking men with muscles?
You, you should have.
Maybe I should. I just have a strip dance. Maybe they'll start coming in, huh? Oh Lord. Okay, well, I'm 20 minutes in, and the only ones that are here are me and my wife, and that's a damn shame. I'm ashamed of you, all of you. You should have came to my chat, but I forgive you and I love you. And just because I want to hug you, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna take me a cigarette break. Put this thing up here like this. Wait a minute.
Let that fall.
It's not gonna fall. Time for a smoke. Can you still hear me?
Yes,
Can you see me?
yes.
Okay.
But since you're not as close to it,
Huh?
since you're not, your face isn't right up on the iPad,
What's wrong?
I'm gonna have to talk even louder now.
Oh, is it not coming through? Is it coming through in the chat? Okay.
You
I
hear yourself?
I can hear, but I can't see it. I thought it was supposed to come
Can
up.
you hear yourself on?
All right. I still got 30 minutes. I'm about to invite some hookers. Don't nobody else show up. Maybe these hookers will show up. Just kidding. I'm not gonna invite no hookers. But I would like to see.
Take some of those clothes off and shake your thing.
Yeah, but see, that's not gonna appeal to all the other guys that might come. Coming to my live chat. Not one of you suckers came. I'm so. mm, I shouldn't say so. I shouldn't be angry. What I really need to know is, are you interested in seeing the Wainwright people get together? Nothing is impossible. We are possible, right? Check that out. We are possible. We can do the impossible if we get together. This is just me and my wife right now. But I'm sure if I keep going, even with the last couple of teeth I got in my mouth, I'll be able to pull together and bring us a crowd in here, and we're gonna have us a real chat. I talked to some of the Wainwrights. I left some notes to some of the Wainwrights. The Wainwrights are good people. I know because I'm one of them. And we're not always the most wealthiest, but we are among the most brightest, the most courageous, the most fearless, and the most tenacious people that I know. Not to mention brave, strong, trustworthy. And that's part of the reason why I'm doing this because I think we need some of those qualities in this day and age. People out in the shopping centers shooting each other on the job, at school. This shouldn't be. I remember back in the day when I would walk down the street, even when I was a kid, if something happened, my neighbor would come out and say, "Come here, boy, what are you doing over there?" Black folks cared about each other. I'm gonna tell your mama, make a phone call, boy, drag you home. You might get a whooping on the way. And when you got home, your parents would say, thank you for bringing him home. And they whoop your ass again. That was before the government got in the way. Like my brother said, honey, would you bring me one of Gil's books? One of Gilbert's books. Government got in the way and started deciding that they knew how to raise your child better than you. And they intervened even when the child was acting up. And the next thing you know, the kids is telling on the parents now. Now the grown folks can't tell on the kids. The kids is telling on the parents, and the parents is being taken out of that position of being authoritative, the authority in the house. And back in the day, they did the same thing to the black man. They decided to give us some help, which we all know there are a lot of poor people on welfare and food stamps. I'm one of them. And there's no shame in that. Yeah, keep looking, honey. I, looking at bookcase next to the TV. That's where you looked. The bottom drawer? I don't think so. On the top shelf where my other books are. Look up there. Yeah, in the bedroom, up there where the taxes are. Where the statements are from my jobs. I've been working 40 years, my whole life. I don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, but I'm a proud black man. Struggled my whole life. They've been trying to keep me down. I managed to stay up, and I'm still up. I got my nose above the water. I ain't asking nobody for nothing. I'm not asking for no donations or nothing else. I just want you to be more aware of the help you got in your own family. I don't care what your situation is. Remember something in your DNA, you're never alone. Our generations that went before us, they're still with us. You know, the Bible says to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. And I believe as God created us, he instilled in us a part of him. And we all are just meat bags, basically. But your spirit is eternal. Your life is eternal. And when you leave this world and give up these earthly bodies, we become celestial beings. And we still possess a part of our ancestors in our DNA. And that's why you find so many child prodigies, people who don't have problems in school, scientists, engineers, technicians, inventors, judges, lawyers, doctors. Genius never left the black people. We tend to have a tendency to think we can leave genius behind. We can leave righteousness behind. Excuse me. This is my little brother's book. It's called The 10 Points Strategy to the Parenting Program. This is written by Gilbert Earl Wainwright. United Coast to Coast. He signed it over to me. He said, to my loved one and my big brother Wendell, I thank you for all your love and support, Gilbert. And this is just one of his books. He's written several books. This man has books in the Library of Congress. I believe he's mailed out so many books to so many celebrities who made it over to the other side. Oh yeah, they living a good life now. They living in gated communities and houses all over the world. But when he tried to reach out to them, believe it or not, the only one that responded to him was the president, Barack Obama. And he gave him, gave him some inspiration and said he was behind him, but he was already leaving office, and it was one of those things. He did the best he could. He tried to help, reached out to all kind of celebrities. This is his book right here. Now, if you want one of these books, I'm sorry for the reflection. I don't know how I'm gonna fix that. There you go. If you want one of these books, look for him on the internet. The name of the organization is United Coast to Coast, and he's the founder. I'm the co-founder. And I believe we need strong people in our civil, judicial, governmental, and even in our entertainment world. We need support from you black folks that don't have to worry about paying your rent. Or when you get 60, we need soldiers. We need youngsters. We reach out. And speaking of all that, I'd like to give a shout out to brother W.C.Wainwright. He's another inspiration for me doing this here program. My little brother reached out to him, came down, supported him, helped him, spiritually, mentally, financially, stood by him. And if you look in my post, you'll see brothers from another mother. That's Leroy. Leroy, shout out to you, man. Right on. That was strong what you did. I heard about it. And I thank you for it personally. And I think we need to always do that for each other. And don't worry about the right and wrong of the situation, or don't worry about passing judgment on your brothers. Don't worry about pointing your fingers or looking down because a brother ain't got what you got, or because the intelligence that he have don't equal yours. That's a goddamn lie. Believe that. Because all we have is the hand we dealt. And when you got a hand, you can't tell the dealer what to put in it. And God got a plan. He gonna give you the hand that you need. And all you can do is be expected to play the game. We're all just players. And we all in this life to play the hand we dealt. Now remember, you get an opportunity, you go to United Coast to Coast. I'm trying not to get this. Wait a minute. Pick up this book. Pick it up. You got a website, go pick it up. I got a niece. I invited her, Kashar. She's doing braiding. She's online. All right. I got a nephew going to film school. I got another nephew in New York doing a spiritual thing. I invited him. Kashana, is a shout out to you and your thing. I'm so proud of you. Kashar, I'm proud of you. Lee, just finished nursing school. I'm proud of you. Anthony, wherever you are, I hope you got your band together. Mister, I'm sorry. Hope you got your band together and you're doing well. Not smoking too much of that reefer or whatever it is you're doing. I hope you're staying out of trouble. And to all my loved ones, wherever you may be, especially my mother and my father who's gone on before me, and all my ancestors, walk living examples of what our ancestors meant us to be. Some of us aren't exactly where we need to be yet, but the fact that you're still here and you're still strong and you keep going on, that in itself is a blessing. And you have a chance, if you wake up in the morning and the sun shines on your face, You know, that melanin is strength. You heard of black girl magic? Yeah, you know, hey, we got some black man magic too today. This is black man magic right here. Because I didn't know my ass from a hole in the ground. And here I am live casting to you. And even though you're not here, one day you're going to have to watch this video because I'm going to keep putting it out there till you get it. Now, let's go from there. Um, I'm going to say thank you to the people who came before me. I'm going to say thank you to all the struggles that we went through. Thank you for those people who helped to make my Thanksgiving wonderful. Those who stepped up and was part of my live stream. Uh, uh, the Cooper family, you know, Wynn, uh, Winston, Haley, Nyla, what's the other one's name? I can't think of all y'all names. One of them left early, and she was my favorite. She left early. Michael and Lisa, my wife's family. Thank you for showing me love. I could have stayed my black ass at home, but I decided to make an appearance because I didn't want y'all to keep my wife away from me for 3 days. You know, I know how she loved to hang out with her family, and that's what the way we should all be. We should all be like that. If you gotta be away from your family, at least call them sometime. Touch bases with them. Let them know that you love them. You know, you don't know what they're going through. You don't know if they need you or not until you reach out to them and find out about it. It's just good to stay in touch. And if you can't, huh? Camille, yeah, Camille. And if you can't stay in touch, damn it, get on a plane, bus, car, whatever you got. Get out there, see them, hug them, and show them you love them because you never know. I believe in giving people their flowers while they're here. You know, the only time you're gonna be able to reach them after they cross over is if you smell something rosy in the air, or you start thinking about that last good meal she fixed, time you had on the phone with her, you know, or her, him or her. When they're going on, that's all you're gonna have left. So you better try to make the best of it while they're here. And here's another thing too. I appreciate any youngster that respects their elders. Asked a question a long time ago, and I'm gonna get back to this book in a moment. This is an important book, the 10-point strategy of parenting program by W.C.Wainwright. He speaks about not sparing the rod, spoiling the child, because he don't believe in that. He believe in whooping the kid's ass if they need to be whooped. Because guess what? If they go to jail, the police gonna whoop on them, and the other kids in jail, they gonna whoop on them. And what you think they gonna learn from being in that situation? How to be tougher, how to be meaner, how to be stronger. That's all well and good. Don't you want your kid to grow up with the qualities that they supposed to have? You know, tenacity, righteousness, love of God, respect for children. If you want your kids to have that kind of upbringing, you need to get this book. All right? Email me. My email address is WendellWainwright@yahoo.com. No caps, no spaces. Send me an email. I'll make sure you get a copy. Shit, I might even pay for it myself. And if you got a company out there and you know you're not doing nothing but buying another Rolls Royce you don't need or another piece of property you don't need, get a box of these books and help some other black folks. You was fortunate enough to get over there. You know, you got your own studio now. You making big money. You buying basketball teams. You know, you driving, flying around in jets. You doing big shows. People paying $200 and $300 to come to your show. We all love you. Ain't nothing changed. Why don't you reach back and show us some love? You know, get some of these books. I like what you did, Ti. By the way, I saw that. I saw what you did, man. That was cool. About them housing situation, that housing project situation, man. Affordable housing for black folks. See, that's the kind of thing I like to see black folks doing. If I had the money, I would do it. But unfortunately, I'm not bragging, but I ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Be honest with you. I'm living on a fixed income, but I do well. You know, my jewelry's not in the pawn shop like it used to be. My rent's paid, and my wife's happy. And what more can a man ask for? I take care of my neighbor, and I take care of myself. I have to have a smoke every now and then, though. Every man should have his vices if he wants. Yeah, you saying that, oh, well, yeah, that cigarette is controlling you. Well, if it was, why would I be on right now? No. My intuition and my creativity controls me. But I do have a desire every now and then to just relax, de-louse, and have me a cup of coffee and a cigarette after my meal. Y'all can grant me that. I got 20, 30 more years. I ain't got that much time left anyway, so it don't matter, right? Tell you this though. Need to quit pointing your fingers at the other man, trying to be better than the other man. Just because you had an opportunity to go to Yale or Harvard or Morehouse, and you know who I'm talking to, you got a break just like the next man. And he got a break. Instead of blowing smoke up everybody else's ass about what you got, why don't you try to get somebody else a break? Be proud of that instead of how fancy your hand got to be. And remember one thing, life is a gift. You didn't have nothing to do with it. If your father wasn't trying to be good and maybe got a slow pull-out game and brought you into the world, you wouldn't even be here. So you need to stop bragging on yourself. And remember, you just like the rest of us. The only difference is you got more money and you got a better hand and a better opportunity. That don't make you no better than nobody else. So don't get on your high horse with me or anybody else and think that you're better. Because you running with the big boys and you got all this and all that, and you got this and that you're supposed to be any better. No, you just got the opportunities, and most of them was just handed to you on a silver platter. That's the only thing that makes you different from anybody else out here. And I don't want to get upset about it. I'm not going to continue on it. But I will say this. It's best we don't forget these things. Because there's no big eyes and no little U's when you start thinking about this level ground that we call life. You know, we all have to make our entrances and we all have to make our exits. But we're all the same. We're all on the same journey. Let's try to help one another. Let's try to show one another love. Let's try to be righteous like we're supposed to be. Let's try to treat each other right like we're supposed to. Let's try not to hurt each other. Let's try not to kill each other. Let's have peace in our homes. Let's have peace in our communities. Let's have peace in our government. I seen something the other day. I saw two senators getting ready to knuckle down on each other. Can you believe that? These men control our law-making process. They have a vote in our well-being. And instead of thinking, hey, I'm gonna show my fellow senators some respect, now I wanna get down and get dirty with them and fight with them? Come on now. And Bernie Sanders broke it up. I don't know if some of y'all saw that. That was that was not the type of picture we want to portray to our youngsters. I think we want to act our age and act like we have some self-respect. I've seen bums on the street act better than that. You know, because it's not the color of your skin, it's the content of your character. I heard somebody say that. I forget who it was. And it's not where you from, it's where you at. And all this out here, this is just what they call not uh, aesthetic, I think the word is. This is appearance. This is what we appear to be. We are all celestial beings. This terrestrial life down here, it's just a walk. I think I remember somebody saying we like dust in the wind. We're here today and gone tomorrow. But I can tell you something. Only what you do. Some people say for Christ, I say for love, will last. Only what you do to show love will last. Let's try to show some love to one another. Let's not be remembered as assholes that left our loved ones in the lurch. Let's be prayer warriors like Mary J. Blige. Prayer warrior, man. She's R&B superstar. Been that way for many decades. Well, at least 10, 20 years, something like that. Maybe 30, I don't know. I saw her pray the other day. Man, I was so impressed. We could all learn a lot from somebody with that kind of faith. And she's so honest, she come to the point where she say, hey, I hear you, I got you, I got you. I've had my ups and I've had my downs, but here I stand. And I'm gonna live my life in the sunshine. And she said, if you look at my life and see what I see, then you'd be understanding. So, and another wise saying I heard a long time ago, you never talk about a man unless you walked 1,000 miles in his moccasins. Anybody ever try to walk 1,000 miles in the moccasin of a drunk? You ever tried to walk 1,000 miles in the moccasins of a poor black man? You ever tried to walk 1,000 miles in the moccasins of a prisoner of war like McCain or all of the Israeli people? You ever try to walk 1,000 miles in the moccasins of somebody who been denied health care, food, water, shelter, seeing their kids killed on their own land? You ever try to walk 1,000 miles in the moccasins of oppressed people? Try it. And then maybe next time when you see that person, you'll try to respect them and you'll try to love them and you'll try to treat them a little bit better than you've been treating them. And try to create laws to protect them and care for them. And then maybe someday when your ancestors look down on you, they'll be able to say, you know what? You ain't all bad. You turned out okay. You tried. I love all people. I love Italian people. I love white people. I love black people. I love red people, Hispanic, Asian, yellow, black, blue. I don't care. You know why? We're all one big family. And you Wainwrights out there that missed this opportunity to talk to me, I'm going to give you another chance soon. Comes, I hope this time you'll come through. Your words be spoken and touch bases. And I know life can be hectic. People get sidetracked. There's a lot of things that can take your attention away from doing things like this. Me, I'm semi-retired. I don't have a whole lot to do. Uh, thank you to the Moscone Center who sent me uh, um, a retroactive check that I didn't know I had coming. Kind of made my day, and I appreciate that. Thank you to those in accounting at the Moscone Center. And I heard that the APEC uh, convention went without a hitch, and I'm happy to hear about that. We need more conventions in San Francisco. And I'd like to thank the brothers who were on the way to work that I took with them two police officers. You know what? You try living in a society without police officers. It's not going to work. We all need laws, just laws, but we need to work on the system that dictate those laws. Now we got Brother Trump coming in. I'm not mad at Brother Trump. I seen what he did for some of those people who were unjustly imprisoned, and I'm not mad at Brother Trump. But I just want him to know that if he does become president, he should try to be concerned about all the people, not just the ones that are in his corner. I mean, because we all want to be in your corner, brother. But you got to give us a reason to be there. Now, for my president, Joe Biden, I hope you do the right thing and you put that initiative out there for our reparations because I believe we deserve it. And no matter what people say, let them talk about you because at the end of the day, when the books are read, you'll be out on the right hand of history. And that governor in Florida, I'm gonna tell you something. He's barking up the wrong tree. If he think he's gonna bury our history and tell us we benefited from slavery, please, man. And I don't believe all our people from our generations back in the day were slaves. Some of them, yeah, a lot of them. But most of the people that I know believe that the Indians weren't just the only ones here. And according to some folks, and I'm not going to say I'm one of them, but I'm leaning toward the belief that the black man was always here, you know? And I'm no scientist, but I'm sure there are people out there who can prove that. Um, anyway, it looks like I'm drawing near to my end, and I'm surprised I made it this far. Uh, I'd like to thank my beautiful wife for being here with me. It's always a pleasure, honey. I love you. Don't you never forget that. I'd like to mention my brother's book once again, 10-point program strategy to parenting. Y'all need to get this book. Gilbert Earl Wainwright. This is not the only one. He wrote another one I like called Negro, Please Stop Bringing It Up. If I could have found it, I sure would have brought it out. And that talks about the fact that most folks don't even want to talk about slavery. They don't even want to talk about it. It's a situation now where we're more concerned with other people's problems. The United States have problems of their own. They got skeletons in the closet and they don't want to admit it. But one day they're going to have to admit it. And if it takes the Lord God Himself to come down here and make you admit it, you will. You will admit it. Yeah, we shouldn't have did that to y'all, and we're gonna straighten it out. And that's what they're gonna do eventually. Sooner better than later. Okay? Now, once again, I want to thank anyone who sees this video because since you guys didn't come and be a part of it, I'm going to send it to you. You can accept it or not, but it's coming. And, honey, I know you're out there. I know you're listening. Thank you. Thank you for your support. I'm, I'm so disappointed I didn't have more people. I tried. I reached out. It's only my second effort. I'm not too disappointed. I will be trying again. And I'd like to say in parting that I love each and every one of you, even though you didn't show up. I love you. Mom, I love you. I know you're going to see this. Brother Leroy, again, thank you for looking after Gil. Um, all Gil's children. I love all y'all. My son, wherever you are, I love you, son. Um, thank God for each and every one of you. Thank God for the police departments, the good cops. 95% of them are good cops. It's the other rotten apples in the apple barrel that mess everybody else up. I know it's some good cops. And that's why I took that picture. You don't like it? Shove it. They put their life on the line for us all the time. We need to give them props. So this is giving props. I know I've been in and out of my situations. I'm not gonna complain. You know, there's been some unjust activities around my life too, but I'm not gonna complain because we are imperfect people. And we're gonna make mistakes. There's people on death row right now never broke the law, about to die. Because justice sometimes like they say, it's slow and it's blind. It's okay. At the end of the day, Lord knows we'll make a way. Like Martin said, I've been to the mountaintop and I looked over. I may not get there with you, but I seen the mountaintop, and we as a people will get to the mountaintop. Thank you, San Francisco, LA, for raising me up, making me a tough old bird, dude, whatever you want to call me. Um, Thank you to all the ones who are trying to do the right thing, you know, out there. All the ones who made the transition, you know. Thank you for opening doors. I don't care what they say about you. Tyler Perry, I see what you're doing, putting people to work. I love you too, Spike. You help some folks. I love Magic Johnson. I love all the people with money that's black that helped do something for black folks. I don't care what they say about you. You family. Don't you never forget it. All right, this is W.C. Wainwright. About to sign off, and all I can say is this, and I'm gonna be done with it. And then love each other. All right? Peace and one.